Yo yo yo, the sneakiest raccoon is back for a brand new video. And today this is the second episode that I'm doing for like Hypixel Skyblock tutorial. So in the first episode I told you that the first things that you should be getting are minions and minion slots, because this gives you experience and new things that you can craft. And also it can be a good way to make money. That can be literally the reason why you have it. However, the way how I like to do it is that I like to use the minions to craft something that I would love to have, or just it makes me a bunch more money, or just so that I can get more minion slots. However, using the strat means I do not get a lot of money. However, for the past few days, I've been working on a way to solve that. And as you can see, I've also upgraded the base slightly. The first things first, I've cleaned this up a little bit and added walls to every place that it looks, well, cleaner. And I've managed to get a bunch more minion slots. Now, I actually can't remember, like, I know I showed you the sugarcane minion before. I'm pretty sure I showed you cow and maybe the cave spider minion, I'm not sure. But new minions that I've added are pig minions. And the reason for this is because in the pork chop collection, the very final thing that you can get is a pigman sword. Now, this sword is a legendary ass sword, and this works with my whole grinding method. So I've got that up and running, and I will be working on that. I've also got enderman and obsidian minions because well, they can sometimes be hard resources to get. So another reason why I have the obsidian minion is because in the collection for obsidian, we get a better axe, we get some power stones, get reforge anvils. Like, some of the stuff here can be pretty good, and it's quite a nice thing to have. But I'm mainly using these ender pearls for farming because you can get a lot of ender pearls real quickly. Like, getting enchanted ender pearls are insanely easy to get with this method. Ender pearls themselves, easy to get. And I left this going for like 2 days and went to school, and it's managed to get me some absolute ender pearls, which I'll be telling you honest, I have no idea what I'm going to use those for. I'm wondering if I should sell them or maybe save them for something, which I have no idea about. But yeah, that's the new minions over there. I have also added a bit of a storage area with a roof this time. And it houses a whole bunch of items. It is not full yet, as you can see by the empty item frames. I've had some cases where when I get new minion slots, I would have the minion that I want and their items in here. So for example, here I had pork chops here symbolizing, well, that's where I would put all the pork chops. And then here I'm starting to do a bit of farming, but not too much. I've got a pumpkin farm here, which can reset itself incredibly easily, and the reason I like pumpkins and melon farms, but they just take so long for like the stems to grow, which is really. But to be totally honest, that gets taken care of when you have a skeleton minion. So that's how I've upgraded my base so far. I have got a separate farm here so that I can easily work on this, and I can easily make this even bigger, and then I can get more experience for all this sort of stuff. It means that I wouldn't have to put as much time with potato minions and pumpkin minions, because I can easily just farm them here. But I will have to expand on that soon. The storage room is obviously to organize some items, and so that I can just go, oh yeah, oh, I've got a bunch of fish here. Let me just put all this fish here so I don't have to worry about that much stuff. Oh, I've got a bit of wood from a little expedition that I did. Let me just put that in here real quick. Oh, I have a fishing rod here. Let me just put all my tools here just so that I know where they are. Oh, I got a music disc whilst fishing. Oh, I can easily put that here with the rest of the special stuff. Right, at the start of the video, I said that I found a way to sort of help me out of this problem. Now, for this, I am using something called budget hoppers. So budget hoppers just consists of a chest and enchanted iron, which is annoying because I've gotten rid of my iron minion right at the very start and replaced it with a diamond minion. That diamond minion has been quite useful, to be frank. So I've literally just been going to the mines and just getting as much iron as I can. There is a improved version of an enchanted version, but that includes enchanted iron blocks. And from my examples in the last video, you know how much iron this is. So you might be wondering, what do these hoppers do? Well, basically, these minions have an inventory which you can enlarge with chests if you wanted to. Now, what these do, what the hopper does is that once this is full, if you don't have this, the minion will just stop farming until all the obsidian is taken out of its inventory. But if you put a budget hopper in it, it makes it so that you don't that it keeps farming, but whenever it gets over its inventory, then it instantly sells it for 50% of its selling price, which is not the best, but it's pretty good. And the enchanted one gives it at 90%, which, if I got, it almost doubles it. Now I've put it on a whole bunch of minions. Now, the problem is that when you have super compactors, you can't really use budget hoppers because, well, they just don't really work. So you have to put it on minions that you know are going to get their inventories filled. So, for example, this mithril minion, I have not put a super compactor on it, but I've put a budget hopper so that I can get some money off of that. I've put them on the spider minions here. I did have one on the enderman minion, and then I did test out with putting the compactors on, and that's how I figured out that absolute ender pearls existed. So I moved that over to the pig minion, which should soon give me some income, and obviously I showed you the obsidian minion. From this, you might be thinking, well, that's just going to be extremely annoying because you're just going to get your inventory filled with a single item, and then it's just going to fill your inventory. Then you're going to have to come all the way back here and use your crafting table. But that is actually not the case. You see, I got the redstone minion for one purpose and one purpose only. And that was to increase the size of my accessory bag, which we'll get to later. But I actually found out that there's a second useful thing that these redstone minions do. In the collection, they have access to something called personal compactors. Now, as you can see, I've got one here in my inventory. This is the recipe for it. Now, these personal compactors, they are extremely expensive, but they are a really nice thing to have. So here's how they work. So you have your personal compactor in your inventory, you right click it, and then it's got an autocraft slot. So I've just harvested from my sugarcane minion. So what you would do is that you would get your personal compactor, you'd right click on it. Now what you would have is that you would click your enchanted thing, and it will auto-craft anything that's needed to make this one item. So it just took all the sugarcane that it could use and make it into enchanted sugar. And to take it off, you just left click that, and then you can easily exit out by pressing E. Now as you're going through your redstone leveling, you will actually get a stronger personal compactor. Now, to be totally honest, I'm not too sure what this does, but I have a feeling that what this is going to do is that it's going to improve this personal compactor, where instead of having just one slot. It's going to have multiple slots. Now, the reason why that would be good is that you can go farming on the public servers. So, for example, in the wheat fields. Now, enchanted hay bales are the equivalent of 2.5 stacks of normal hay bales, or something like that. I can't remember exactly. But obviously there's a problem. You can instantly craft up hay bales really quickly with a personal compactor, but it only has one slot. You see, if you put a enchanted hay bale in it, for example, and you just kept farming wheat, that wheat will not change into enchanted hay bales. It would just stay as wheat. So that is what I'm going to be working on in between episodes, I guess, to upgrade my personal compactor. I've already got 2 enchanted redstone blocks, but I need another 12 more, and these take a long time to get. But once we get a strong enough lapis minion, which isn't too far away, these things can get you a lot of stuff, because I actually don't need to craft anything more with this. All I want to do is just get as much money as possible. All I want to do is get my minion as high of a level as I can, so I don't have to worry about it. Then I can keep selling its stuff. So I'll just keep leveling up from that. Now, the aspect of the end I did talk about. Now I'm actually not going to try and get this. Now you might be wondering, why would you not get this? It literally allows you to teleport. Now, the reason why I'm not going to get this is because, well, I have another mode of transport, and that is this. Now it's it's probably not going to be as good as well, you know, the aspect of the end, but I've got a Raider's Axe which is just as good, except it doesn't have that strong ability. However, this Raider's Axe will keep getting stronger. Like, I've maxed out its wood collections to make it so that I have a lot more strength, but I can still get kills with this. Like, I have only gotten 10 extra damage from this, and the max for this is 35, which means I'm not even halfway with the kills yet. So I can easily upgrade that, and I've just preferred the grappling hook. I just like it. Now you might be wondering, how do I get myself a grappling hook? There are 2 ways that you can do it. If you are doing the pay to win strat, obviously you go to here and you buy it from the auction house, like I said. However, I'm a person that wants to craft it. So, the collection that you get it from is from either spider eyes or string. Either way, it's spiders that you need to farm. Let me see. No. There. So you need to get up to string level 7, then you will have access to a grappling hook, which is incredibly easy to craft once you're at that level, because enchanted string for you will be easy to come by. Now, when you're at this level in the game where you've got a efficient system, I would suggest getting better tools and armor. So obviously, what I've got isn't the best armor. I've got a pretty good axe for my level at this moment, but there are multiple things that you can do. So if you are a big farmer, you pretty much use all the farming tools, then I would recommend you go to this guy. Now, these are the Jacob contests. In fact, there's a contest on right now. I'm actually going to quickly farm some pumpkins so that I'm actually a part of it. But with those competitions, what happens is that if you farm a certain resource, the certain resource that it says, then, well, you would get a reward, which I can show you in just a moment when all the pumpkins, when that day is finished. And it keeps, and the what you would have to farm keeps changing. So on Skyblock there is a calendar with events that go on. So for example, in 8 hours time there is going to be a fishing festival. Now, and in about 15 hours there is going to be Hypixel Christmas. Now here, so in your Skyblock menu, you'd come to your calendar, then you would press calendar, and then this is where you would look at it. So, yep, there was the fishing festival. Now where it has the wheat, it will show you what stuff that you can use. So right now it is carrots, pumpkins, and sugarcane. But when this competition starts, there are multiple people competing in it. Now, the more like sugarcane or, well, whatever you need to harvest, the more of that, then, well, the more rewards you will get. So we have harvested a whole bunch of stuff. So what you would do when you finish one of those events, you would come to this Jacob guy and you would go to claim rewards. With the competitions, you would have bronze, silver, and gold, and it's top 5%. Okay, not top 100. With these Jacob tickets, you would go up to this person here. Now, at the moment, with what I've got, I can get an infinite dirt, which means I can just place dirt for 1 coin with this wand. I can also, and that is, oh, what, no, yeah, that is literally it. There's nothing else that I can get. But when you have stuff like a bronze medal, for example, so if you come bronze in one of the events, you can get a Prisma pump, which pumps water next to this. A better hoe, which means it tills a 3x3 area. When you get like a silver medal, which I think is top 20%, that it then goes for an even better hoe. A basket of seeds, which means you have a place to put all your seeds, which is actually incredibly useful when you're doing some wheat farming, because the seeds that you get from them are so annoying. Nether wart pouch, yep, that's a pretty good thing as well. Delicate 5. Void breaking stems and baby crops. But yeah, but all these things, when you get a gold medal, you can basically get better stuff. So with this mathematical hoe blueprint, for example, it can be adapted into 5 specialized hoes with 3 tiers each, which I actually don't know how it works, because I'm not that good of a farmer yet. But this just means the your farming would just get better. I think for the next episode, I'm going to start researching about the Dwarven Mines to see if I can make any sense out of it, because it's such a large place, and and it will help out mining a lot. And it's time for this sneaky raccoon to sneak off.